I want to marry him because he's genuinely the nicest, most caring, patient guy I've ever met in my entire life. He treats me like a princess, and I've never had that before.
I've been a walking heartache, I've made a mess of me. The person that I've been lately ain't who I wanna be, but you stay here right beside me and watch as the storm blows through, and I need you. 'Cause God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt, and for when I think.
Okay, we met and he doesn't really like me telling the story because I picked him off of Facebook. My friend, I was getting sick of not having a lot of dates at that point, and I was home for some reason. It was the 4th of July, and I was looking on her Facebook and I was like, I want him. And then I guess that night she texted him and gave him my number.
We had a mutual friend that set us up on a date, I guess. She more told me to call her.
About a week later, he finally texted me, and we talked for like 2-3 weeks until the 24th of July, and that was our first date.
I was pretty shy, so I didn't really say anything. And then I asked her that night if she wanted to go to the dance, and she said yes, so I brought my buddy as a chaperone, and we went to the dance.
Which he brought Wes along, so we had a perfect row. And then he brought me home, and then the next night we went to the Snowflake Rodeo, which we had Brian and Dawn then with us. So he was scared at first. He was really scared.
I was still pretty shy. I didn't really talk a lot, but we danced a couple times, and I thought she was a way nice girl, and she intimidated me, I guess.
On my own, I'm only half of what I could be. I can't do without you. We are stitched together, and one love has tethered. I pray we never undo. 'Cause God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt. God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt, and for when I think I lost my way, there are no words here left to say it's true. God gave me you. Gave me you. He gave me you.
What he did was, we were going to his cousin's house because he said he had to pick something up for his brother. So we were driving, and we got about a block away, and I'd never met most of his family on that side. We pulled up, and all of a sudden this undercover cop car pulled us over, and he was behind him, and the officer came up and was like, hey, can I have your license and registration? So he couldn't find his registration, so I was in there looking, and he's like, well, will you step to the back of the car with me?
He pulled me out of the car, and I ended up hiding behind the truck, and
He went to the back, and I was looking for it, and I looked up and I looked back, and Jake was gone. And I was like, oh crap, he put him in the back of the truck. And the cop came up and he's like, may I have your license? So I showed him my license, and he's like, what's your relationship with this man? And I was like, well, he's my boyfriend. And he's like, well, do you know he has warrants out for his arrest? I was like, well, what for? At that point I was really mad. And he's like, well, back child support.
and she was very upset. And so then he said, well, I don't know. So he pulled her out of the car, and when she got to the back of the truck, I was on my knee, and I asked her if she'd marry me, and she was so upset she didn't even say anything for 5 minutes. She wouldn't talk, and then
The whole time I'm thinking, I'm gonna kill him, he better not put me in the back of the car with this guy, I'm gonna kill him. And I didn't say yes, I was so mad I just covered my face because I couldn't calm down.
I don't think she said yes until we got to dinner that night. So
Because he said, you never did say yes. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll marry you.
Taking you back to right where I first met you. You were so surprised there were people around, but I didn't care. I got down on one knee right there once again. I thought I loved you then, but now you're my whole life. Now you're my whole world. I just can't believe the way I feel about you, girl. Like a river meets the sea, stronger than it's ever been. We've come so far since that day, and I thought I loved you I can just see you with a baby on the way. I can just see you when your hair's turning gray. What I can't see is how I'm never gonna.
That he looks handsome even without the fur on his face. Because it's gone.
You made him shave it.
I made him shave it. And he probably is really mad at me right now. But he looks handsome without it. He doesn't think he does, but he does.
That I love her so much, more than anything, more than my truck, as she would disagree on, but just how much I love her.
We'll look back someday at this moment that we're in, and I look at you and say, and I thought I loved you, and I thought I loved you.
Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails.
Sense when I'm with you, like everything that's green, girl, I need you. But it's more than one, and one makes two. Put aside the math and the logic.
Jacob.
In the presence of God and these witnesses,
In the presence of God and these witnesses,
take you, Brandis,
take you, Brandis,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
I promise to be faithful to you.
I promise to be faithful to you
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
I, Brandis,
Hi, Brandis.
in the presence of God and these witnesses,
In the presence of God and these witnesses,
take you, Jacob,
take you, Jacob,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I promise to be faithful to you
Promise to be faithful to you
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Anyone can tell you you're pretty, and you get that all the time. I know you do, but your beauty's deeper than the makeup.
It's my pleasure to announce to you Mr. and Mrs. Jacob and Brandis Hamblin. You may kiss your bride.
Come here.
Yeah, I wanna make you feel wanted, and baby, I wanna make you feel wanted. 'Cause you'll always be wanted.
There's a want and there's a need. There's a history between girls like her and guys like me, cowboys and angels. I've got boots and she's got wings. I'm hell on wheels and she's heavenly. I'd die for her and she lives for me. Cowboys and angels. We ride side by side, a cloud of dust, a ray of light. My touch is her temptation, her kiss is my salvation. She's sweet, I'm wild, we're dangerous. Cowboys and angels. Not sure why her path crossed mine, accident or grand design. Oh, maybe God just kinda lied. Cowboys and angels. We ride side by side, a cloud of dust, a ray of light. My touch is her temptation, her kiss is my salvation. She's sweet, I'm wild, we're dangerous. Cowboys and angels. There's a want and there's a need. There's a history between girls like you and guys like me, cowboys and angels. Cowboys and angels.